Hello everyone and welcome to this practice. Well, today I am going to tell you what is a model sheet and what options we have to create when we create a model sheet. I am going to show you the little tutorial of how we can create our model sheet for our characters. Also, we can call the model sheet as a character model sheet. Okay, so let's start. Well, the model sheet, the concept of character model sheets is to provide enough information about the character, structure, and proportions so others can draw it. In fact, a good test is to give your model sheet to someone else to draw and see if they can draw your character design. Okay, I hope that you understand this. That's why it's really important for you as an animator artist, that you create this model sheet, because the other persons that are going to work or continue working with your characters, they can have the exact model to draw as if they can draw as they self. Okay, not looking like difference between the draws. Well, so character model sheet or model sheet are the templates of the characters used by the animation staff. They provide the constructions, structure, proportion, design, etc. for each character. Okay. Usually, several model sheets are needed for each character to show the physical and design nuances. Each animator artist has their own style of drawing. The model sheet guides the 300 or so artists working on the production toward making all the characters look one model, as I told you before. One model means the model sheets have been followed to perfection, as if one artist instead of over 300 artists has drawn the character. Okay, that's why this is really important, that when you draw your character model sheet, draw as you want that all the other artists reply it. Okay, well, a characteristic of the model sheet is the character rotation. Okay, the character rotation, well, as you know, also is important. Well, the character rotation, how the character is drawn in front, profile, three quarters, and back views. Okay, so should include a front view, back view, three quarters view, and profile view of the character. These views help the animator or the animators to understand the character's constructions and proportion. The rotation also ensures the character design can be turned. The ability to turn a character is an element of animation which increases the character viability. Okay? So you need to be careful when you are rotating your character to keep the proportions of your character. The character rotation, well, the easiest and best way to draw out a rotation is to break down the character into its simple forms. Then you just rotate the forms. Whilst I am going to give you some tips, the head and neck, if it's seen, are always on the front side of the body. Once the basic forms are drawn, the details are drawn over top the forms. That's why it's important that when you are drawing the rotation, first draw only the form of your character, and draw your character in simple forms. Okay, think about who your character is. The character is always defined by his or her its needs, and those needs are reflected in his or her or its actions. If you are not sure, write a short bio of your character. This is a good advice because sometimes we don't know who our character is. So it's better, as I told you ever, that it's important that you know who your character is. If you don't know, you can write rain ideas. Also, you can sketch, or you can, when you are drawing your character, you can write the the character of your character, sorry, the actions, who is your character, what things he do or she do, if she's a male or female, or maybe if she likes something or if he likes something, or if he or he is not a he or she. But it's important that you know your character, because when you are drawing this model sheet, you need to also draw the line action, and you need to represent your character. Okay, how is the behavior of your character? In animation, there's a principle of the animation that calls a stage. So this is like a kind of a stage of your character. How can you represent your character? Okay, so remember, important, when you are drawing your character rotation to create your model sheet, it's important that you draw first only the simple forms of your character. Okay, and then you are going to, when you finish to draw all the rotation of your character, then you can add the details of your character, because sometimes we want to draw uh, all the details, and it's going to be a mess, and we are going to lose a lot of time trying to draw the details with the form of our character. So it's step by step. Okay, so first the form, the simple form of your character, after the details, maybe the clothes, maybe the body, and after you can add, for example, the hair, if he or she use, I don't know, like some rings, or maybe if they use earrings, or the style of the hair, the the eyes, the makeup, etc. Okay, but it's step by step, so your character can have the a good proportion. Remember to that that if your character have a great proportion, and the other person that is going to continue working with your character understand it well, your character is going to work in a better way. Okay, well, sorry, let's continue with the practice. Well, first step is to draw the attributes of your character. Okay, remember first the simple forms. That's why I have this draw in row. We call row a rough draw when we are doing this, when our draw is like not exactly, or our draw have a lot of lines, or we can see the simple forms if, of our draw. Okay, this is a raw draw. When I tell you, and I want to see your, for example, when I told you that you must upload your draws in raw, is this. Okay, raw in Spanish is sucio, but not dirty. Okay, it's raw. It's not the perfect draw. Well, so for example, a tip is that I only draw the um, the front view and the profile view, okay? And when I put this on Illustrator, I am going to copy the front view and to create the back view, okay? But this is my pipeline or my way to work. You can draw the three views of your character at the beginning, okay? Well, the next step is that you are going to open Illustrator and make the vectors of your character, okay? Well, I am going to erase this. And you are going to create the vectors of your character, okay? So as I told you at the beginning, the most important thing is the head and the neck are always in front. For example, here is the neck and the head that are in front, and also here are in front. And when I drew my back view, I only copy this, but I try to transform the view, okay? That's why obviously my neck is in front of my head, okay? And the back. I changed the clothes of my character and I put some details, okay, to create the back. Well, so this is the number 2. Well, after you create the vectors or draw your character in Illustrator, you are going to save as a JPG or PNG, okay? You can save as in PNG to keep the transparent background, or you can save as a JPG to if you want to put the background, okay? I also put here the name of my character and the character 1 because for this practice we are going to do 3 characters. Do you remember? Well, so this is another tutorial. How can I work also in Photoshop? Well, the first thing is that you are going to select all your elements that you want to move to Photoshop from Illustrator. This is Illustrator, and you are going to select all your elements and you are going to press Command C or Control C, okay? After, you are going to open Photoshop and create a new file with the same size of the Illustrator file, and you are going to press Command V, okay, or Control V to paste the file. It's going to appear this little window that says how do you want to paste your object, and it's better to paste in pixels, okay, because the stroke or the form layers doesn't work as we know in Illustrator, so it's better that you select this option that is pixels, okay? And then you are going to press only OK. After, you are going to press enter to apply the transformation and start working. Well, this is a second option of how we can export our Illustrator file to Photoshop. Okay, so the first thing is that you are going to open Photoshop and you are going to go to File and Open o Archivo and Abrir. Then you are going to select your Illustrator file, as I do, and you are going to press OK and import the file. After you look for your character, for your file, sorry, and you press Open, it's going to appear this window. And here we are going to choose the options, as I do, and we are going to press OK, okay? And it's the same, and the screen, it's going to look as this. Okay, it's the same process. Well, why I can move, or what's it's the goal to move or import our files to Photoshop? from Illustrator to Photoshop? Well, it's only because in Photoshop we can add shadows, we can add textures, we can add some effects that in Illustrator our file is going to be heavier. Also, Illustrator just doesn't allow us to work with shadows as Photoshop let us. Okay, so that's why it's the importance to move your files from Illustrator to Photoshop. It's up to you. Okay, this is only an option for you if you want to work like this, or if you want to add some shadows, if you want to add some textures in your character. Well, you know how to add textures in objects, so you only need to select the area where you want to add textures or shadows. Here I add a little shadow, because I don't want my character with a lot of shadows. I want more with the solid color. But it's up to you. It's up to you. If you want to work with both programs, it's okay. If you only want to work with one is software, it's also okay. Well, so I hope that you understand. And after you finish to work with your character, you are going to save your final result as practice3 underscore name and last name png. Okay, because I want to see like this. If you want to save your character with a background, it's also is okay. Then you are going to save as a jpg. But I think this is fine. If you have questions or comments, you can ask me via Classroom during the time class, or you can send me a mail. Okay, so see you in class. Bye.